On day 3 of spring training here in Northport, Braves pitcher Max Fried said he's feeling good, and man, is that welcome news for fans who watched Fried struggle with injuries last season. Justin, aside from the obvious probably more wins, what would a healthy Max Fried do for the Braves in 2024?
I think a healthy Max Fried really impacts you from the top of your rotation down, right? Because of a lot of those injury issues, you can't expect everybody to stay healthy. But because of Max Fried being out most of last year, the Braves had to dig very, very far into that depth. And so really, Sarah, when you're talking about having Max back, there's a trickle-down effect. Not to mention, I think, the obvious, right? October. I think the last 2 postseasons, Max Fried hasn't been 100%. He had the flu. That was a lot worse than we even knew at the time. And then he was dealing with last year's blister. He was coming back. He wasn't sharp in that one start against the Phillies in the NLDS. I think if the Braves want to go where they want to go, the World Series or bust expectation, they're going to need a healthy Max Fried to get them there. So I think that's what that means, is just the trickle-down effect, and then having this guy for October. They're going to need him in the postseason, making those starts. He is the ace. He is perhaps the best left-hander in the game right now, and he's very important to this team.
We'll let you hear from Fried himself, how his health is doing, and what he's done to really maintain his health.
Staying healthy is the first thing. Always been told the best ability is availability. So just being able to make my starts every 5th day and being able to take the ball for 33 times, that's the goal. It still holds true. I feel great, just health-wise and everything. So maintaining weight really well, and that's really big for me, especially going throughout the season. You tend to lose some weight, so being able to being more stable in that, just feel strong, and just being able to weather the season, because it is a long one and it breaks you down. So to be able to have a good starting point, it's really important. I'd say just more diet, just being more conscious of your diet, being able to not have a lot of fried fast foods, stuff like that, eating a little bit cleaner, and just being more conscious of that.
Fried made 14 starts last season. That's down from 30 the year before his All-Star year. If you can get a number like 30 from Max Fried, Justin, I mean, how does that transform your season?
Yeah, a lot, because you're going to be probably dipping into more your top 7, top 8 starters and not your top 10, top 12, right? So if you don't have to shuffle through that rotation because Max Fried is hurt, if you get 30 starts out of him, you're looking at 1, quality. I don't expect Max Fried to jump off the face of the earth this year. 2, quantity. I mean, you don't have to trickle down. You don't have to use 12 starters like they did last year. 16 they used. 3 of them were openers, so 13. You're not going to have to use 13, 14, 15 guys. And a lot of times, you're not going to have to use the 8th or 9th guy 10 times, right? Like, you're going to be able to fill in those starts with the Max Fried. I think that's going to be the key. Max talked a lot about the body. As we'll play that, played that clip, and what he's trying to do, maintaining weight. He's done a lot of work with that to be able to be more durable. He said at FanFest, this is the best he's felt in quite a while. Mm-hmm. And so we've, seen that from him. If he can give 30 starts, the quality, I think, is going to be there with Max, and that's going to make, I think, the Braves the best rotation in baseball.
When he's firing on all cylinders, what makes him so special as a pitcher?
Man, he can just throw you anything. Mm-hmm. I think he's got good velocity, but he also gives you a cut of everything. He also gives you the slider, the curveball. He's so dynamic with the way he pitches guys, and especially from the lefty and the arm slot and the way he pitches. Lefties have a tough time with it. I mean, I think he doesn't walk a lot of guys. The strikeout stuff, swing and miss is above average. But I think when he's on, it's the fact that he's got so many different weapons. Like, he's got a bread and butter, the pitches he uses and setting up, off the fastball. But I think with him, he's got 4 or 5 good weapons that guys, it's like good looks for guys that really keep guys off balance.
All right, well, for more of our Braves spring training coverage, make sure you go to ajc.com or our YouTube channel.